Talking about Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit to the US, excitement is off the charts for his maiden state visit to the United States. Preparations are underway in Washington, D.C. Indian diaspora took out a unity rally ahead of the upcoming visit of Prime Minister Modi. Ahead of this visit, tricolor and US flag were seen together outside the White House. US President Joe Biden will also be holding an intimate dinner for the Prime Minister. The White House is calling the shots and projecting the Prime Minister's visit as the cement that will bind the two countries and will also deepen defense, technology and military ties. Prime Minister Modi is set to embark on a maiden state visit to the United States from the 21st of June to the 24th of June.
On behalf of the people of Connecticut, I want to extend a very warm welcome to Prime Minister Modi on his state visit to the United States. India and the United States have a shared appreciation for democracy. The Indian diaspora has made many meaningful contributions to our state. I hope that your visit is successful, and I am confident that it will pave the way for an even stronger and closer partnership between India and the United States and between India and the state of Connecticut.
Fight together on countering terrorism and, of course, that big enemy out there, China. Look forward to hearing from you, Prime Minister. Look forward to hearing what you have to say. While you're here in D.C., you get tired of talking a little politics and you just want to come by for some good hospitality, Southern hospitality, come look us up over here in Longworth, and we may even get to talking a little bit of SEC football with the University of Georgia.
Geeta is in fact back with us for more details on that story. Geeta, just give us an idea about what really has been planned from the 21st to the 24th and what really is expected as far as the Prime Minister's state visit is concerned.
Well, it's a packed schedule for Prime Minister Narendra Modi. As soon as he lands on U.S. soil, he'll be hitting the ground running. There is going to be the yoga event, where the International Day of Yoga, where we will see representation from various countries and some from the Indian diaspora as well. The diaspora will also be waiting outside his hotel to welcome him. He lands around 2 p.m. in the afternoon. So, and after that, he immediately leaves for D.C., where there are going to be a lot of events, starting with an intimate dinner with the Biden family. That is on the 21st night, and then the official leg of the visit will begin with a White House ceremony welcome the next day. There are going to be Indians who would be allowed to, on the lawns of White House, to welcome him. They're being told about 600 of them would be there, which is unprecedented to have people from a country's community, people being allowed into the White House to welcome their leader. That certainly is going to happen over here. Bilateral statements, there are important takeaways. We're looking at a deal, the GE F414 jet engine deal. There's going to be some important announcements with regards to critical emerging technology, as also we are being told, it has not been announced, but there could be an announcement of Predator drones as well. So that's going to be huge, because we're talking about $3 billion deal between India and the United States of America for the drones alone. There are going to be important, not just the President, the Vice President and Secretary of State Blinken are going to host lunch for Prime Minister Modi, and then the very also important joint meeting of the Congress, which Prime Minister Modi will address for the second time. A rare honor only for a few leaders across the world who've actually had the honor of addressing the joint meeting of the Congress twice. On two occasions, Prime Minister Narendra Modi being one of them. He's also going to meet scores of people across party lines, Republicans and Democrats as well. There are some reports, Neha, of some of the Democratic leaders putting out statements or being critical of Prime Minister Modi and India's human rights record, but India very clear that U.S. needs to get its own house in order, and the Democratic leadership themselves are trying to ensure that there is no embarrassment for the visiting dignitary. So a lot on the cards when it comes to business meetings as well. He is going to meet top business honchos from Boeing to Micron, which is a semiconductor chip major. And apart from that, he's going to address the CEO's Business Council meeting where there'd be 900 delegates. And then he will end his tour, like he always does, with an Indian diaspora event at the Ronald Reagan Center. It is not going to be as huge and magnificent as we saw at the Madison Square Garden, but it certainly is going to be a significant one because we're looking at a very important diaspora crowd. About 600 to 1,000 is what we're being told at the Reagan Center, who Prime Minister Modi will address.
I'm going to thank you, Geeta, for getting us up to speed with all of those developments. Geeta Mohan, in fact, telling us about what really is expected in the next few days as the Prime Minister visits the US. We have a series of reactions coming in from members of the excited diaspora. Listen in.
इंडिया का लीडर जो होता है वो ऐसा होना चाहिए जो इंडिया को प्यार करता है, जिसके लिए इंडिया के दिल में आदर है, प्यार है, वही इंडिया को लीड कर सकता है. And Modi ji has that quality. Number one quality, he loves India. He does everything for India, not for anybody in particular.
We are here to welcome, along with the rest of our Indian American community, Modi ji, and we are here to remind him that Kashmir, you have started a great initiative in Kashmir, but a lot of work has to be done. And there's not much happening in the field of resettling our Kashmiri Pandits back in Kashmir. We want to here welcome you. We want to show appreciation to you for abrogation of Article 370 and 350A. But at the same time, we want to remind you that a lot of things for Kashmiri Hindus are not still done. The community is still suffering there a lot. I hope our Prime Minister Modi and our Home Minister pays attention. Kashmiri Pandit community is there, still suffering, still being targeted in Kashmir, still being killed on a daily basis. And we hope we can draw the attention of Prime Minister Modi to this problem.